who was she talking to? That question regarding one NijiEN English member, as it may have also been discovered why some VTubers on YouTube have had their views cut in half. And firstly today, a word from Viverse. Viverse is a cross-platform XR, VR, PC, mobile publishing platform that empowers creators to build, publish, and share their projects for free. Whether you're creating games, software, tools, or interactive experiences, Viverse makes it easy for you to bring your ideas to life. Viverse allows creators to easily share for simple, seamless enjoyment, where you can play games and have new experiences, requiring no sign-up and no installation, along with built-in tools for multiplayer, matchmaking, cloud saves, leaderboards, and avatars, supporting popular game engines like Unity, Godot, A-Frame, PlayCanvas, and more. And you can create without limits. No code, some code, or all code. You can create interactive virtual experiences, whatever your skill level. This means unleashing your creativity with comprehensive creator tools, allowing you to design, build, and customize your unique experiences using code or no-code tools, then sharing them with the world. This is all done with smooth, high-quality streaming across any device with Polygon streaming, delivering immersive 3D environments in real time. It's a new way to sell, collaborate, and learn. Viverse already features categories like showrooms, hangouts, platformers, sports, RPGs, sandbox, puzzles, racing, shooters, strategies, and far, far more. As all these games and experiences are available at viverse.com/false. Check it out with the link below. We now return to NijiEN English, now releasing their fiscal year 2026 Q1 results, raking in over $100 million in revenue, but the NijiEN English branch telling a different story. Now dropping in revenue 9 quarters in a row year over year, the majority of this revenue coming from merch and not live streaming numbers, which in the view of many have arguably bottomed out. NijiEN English doing their best to release even more merchandise, now selling half anniversary merch for their latest wave, By the Beat, while also attempting to do their best to fulfill orders from last year's NijiEN Cross Smiley World collab. Those orders going on sale July 19th, 2024, but still not fulfilled. And with 2 of the 5 participating members here already graduated from the branch, NijiEN, along with Smiley World, stating they are attempting to get these merchandise orders out ASAP. But back to the question of who was she talking to, that being about Enna Alouette, taking a stream to talk about recent meet and greets and leading her to reflect on 2024, and then in a following statement, leading some to wonder if she is directing this message toward ex-NijiEN English members.
Yeah, it was so nice. So many people came in and just said a lot of encouraging words. They're just like, I think the girls really need to hear it more. And I felt really seen, you know. I feel like, especially coming from last year, like, man, we just got so much you know, when I say we, I mean like certain individuals, which I think is so unfair. But I think a lot of people noticed that, and in this meet and greet, so many people came and just went out of their way to be like, we're here to support you, and we know that you guys are good people. And I just like, that really meant a lot, so thank you. You know, I need to look at that rather than the smaller things like numbers or how many like I'm sure you guys can notice like there's been a huge decline in a lot of our views and analytics. And you know, like when people decide to step back or away from something that they think is not good for them, I respect that. I have no problem with that.
And then accusing others of spreading slander or hinting at slander.
But it's more about the fact that there's a lot of like planted seeds that people plant. And it's been very targeted. It could, I mean, these seeds could be coming from people who don't watch us or people who are just hateful. Some of these seeds are actually planted by like, you know, maybe people who are a little bit more closer to us too, which is really hurtful. And, you know, even if it's not on purpose, or maybe sometimes when people talk about certain things, they're not as careful with their words. A lot of these things can add up, and that's how rumors start, and that's how, like, narratives start. And unfortunately, like, a lot of people here have a big target on their back. I don't really know if I'm one of them, but I feel a lot of the heat from that. since last year. I do think it's really unfair. I think it's definitely okay if people don't want to watch Niji Sanji, or if they think that Niji is not like a place that they want to be a part of. I think that's super duper fair, and that's okay. But when people are going around planting seeds, and even though they don't want to be associated with us, when you're planting seeds, you are still kind of like associating yourself with us, and also more than that, hurting people. And I think that's never right to do. You know, you could have a lot of like bitter feelings, or you could have bad experiences. But the thing is like you're also making these bad experiences for the next person. So you're not really doing anything to solve the problem. You're kind of just making it bigger. And I see a lot of people exploiting that too, and kind of using that as a way to gain some sort of sympathy points from the audience. And, you know, I don't really like to speak out too much about this because I feel like people will misinterpret what I say. But I strongly, strongly believe that, like, that's not the right thing to do. And if you're not part of the solution, you're definitely just adding to the problem. I think it's really uncool to be, like, you know, slandering or hinting at slander. You know, I get being petty and stuff like that. And sometimes mistakes happen. And I totally understand that sometimes you can just be very emotional. And in the moment, you can just be, like, not thinking too much and saying these things. But it's come to a point where, like, a lot of people are starting to exploit that sort of thing. And you can really profit off of it. And it's super uncool. It seems to be very accepted lately. And I'm really disappointed in, you know, in that sort of community that we're enabling this sort of behavior. I think that's really disrespectful. And, you know, no matter how valid your bad experiences are, if you're ultimately planting seeds and making other people suffer or feel bad from what you're saying or from your perspective of your own stories, like, you're literally essentially doing the same thing that has happened to you. You're basically just adding to the domino effect instead of just speaking out. And, you know, there's a way to speak out about your experiences and empower yourself, but there's also a way where you're speaking out and it's pointing fingers at people, or like kind of like insinuating some sort of hate. Like, you can't really control these things, but I feel like if people have the platform to kind of like have that influence, you kind of know what you're doing, you know? You've been in this industry long enough to know how the internet works. So you know that whenever you insinuate anything or plant seeds, like, it affects more than just, you know, you and other people. It affects all of us. So, you know, I just want to say, like, I've been seeing a lot of that, and it's really hurt individuals. And yeah, I stand by what I say. I think it's really wrong. I don't think a lot of people like to speak up about that because it's really scary. Because it's like, you know, everyone hates us or something. But I don't really think it's good to shy away from behavior like that. Like, if it's bad behavior, it's bad behavior. So, you know, just a kind reminder to everyone here, don't engage in, like, unnecessary bad threads or conversations. You know, don't go around arguing with people. Like, it's really, really, like, unnecessary. It just doesn't do anything. Kind reminder. And also, you know, think about what people are saying sometimes. You know, I know that influencers, they have a way of speaking, and it can very much make people believe that what they're saying is right. And yeah, maybe they are, but, you know, a lot of the times it's just airing out some vent, and it comes from a very, like, emotionally charged space. And I think we need to realize that there's a way to do it without hurting other people. And sometimes maybe these people are not really expressing it in the most healthiest way. But I feel like it's a good time to kind of mention it because it's already been, like, over a year. But yeah, there's too many people who are doing it. And I think it's really hurtful, you know? So just kind of be on the lookout for that sort of behavior. Point is just to, like, enjoy what you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy and you don't support something, just, like, don't interact or even talk about it. It's, it's not in your domain anymore. I just don't understand why, people who get hurt have to continue the hurt. Well, I understand where it comes from, but, I don't think, it's wise to really think that behavior is okay, I've been saying it way too often, and yeah, it's, really bothering me because it affects me, it affects my friends. It's super duper, not cool. And, I think everybody just wants to have a nice time. We can all enjoy what we want to enjoy without, hating on someone. But yeah, to my community, I don't want you guys to ever put someone down just to put me up. If I see that, I'm gonna call you out. But yeah, I know it's very easy to get riled up, but there are very important things in life we all need to make habit of, and one of them is to know and choose your battles. This is what I've learned from being a streamer the past 3 years. I can be a very petty person too, but ultimately, I do look back and I'm like, okay. Sometimes I can be very immature, but, at least I can catch it.
Enna receiving one comment pushing back, remarking these comments were not in good taste following 2 Niji English graduations, and responding, "Thank you for opening up a civil comment. I really appreciate it. I think there may have been a misunderstanding, so I'd like to clarify. I didn't mean that people shouldn't talk about or grieve their experiences. I absolutely think it's important, and many people are doing so in healthy ways. My focus was more on situations where rumors are being spread for personal gain, which can end up hurting real people. I can see how my wording may have made it sound like I was grouping everyone together, but that wasn't my intention. I also want to add that I'm concerned about the overall state of negative and enabling behavior in our community, so my point was simply a reminder to my chat not to engage in conversations that don't lead toward any real solutions. I hope this clears things up." This as we have more from Niji Japan, that being a graduation of one of their senior members, Wailu Oscar. This member of Niji Japan hitting into some controversy in the later part of his career with the agency, having on stream, perhaps unknowingly, singing a song that was considered anti-Usada Pokora, this being a highly regarded member of the Niji Japan viewership base, now following through with his plans to graduate from the agency as his son is entering into elementary school, saying that he had always considered Niji Japan as a hobby and that he will now focus fully on his full-time job. This has Niji Japan fans rallied and gained over 500,000 subscribers, pushing this member over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. No word if Niji Japan will be sending out that gold play button to this soon-to-be ex-liver. As it was also soon-to-be ex is Harusaki Nodoka from HoloEN Production. This staff member slash VTuber, ending her time with HoloLive at the end of September, sending out her farewell in both Japanese and English, stating, "As I went about my daily work, I realized that I want to take a closer look at my life's goals and the path I wish to follow. With that in mind, and wanting to dedicate time to reflect seriously on these matters, I decided to step down from my position. After much careful thought, I have chosen to bring this chapter to a close. From now on, I will continue cheering on HoloLive Production and the talent as they shine ever more brightly, but as a fan." The HoloLive official card game account sending out this message, remarking, "From all the management, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Nodoka Harasaki. We are sad to see you retire, but more than that, we wholeheartedly support Nodoka's new beginning and future success." We also have word from FalseEyeD English, this agency now closing their English branch, now set to cease operations on October 6th, remarking, "Despite the amazing support from our fans and the creative energy the talents put into the project, NijiEN has not managed to sustain the growth it needs to continue to operate and expand." We also have more updates regarding VShojo. Giga here with unfortunate VShojo merch news, giving us a too long didn't read. VShojo is blocking me from getting my unfulfilled merch items, saying further, "I was informed the other night that even though though I have an agreement signed between myself and the company that explicitly states that I am to receive any unsold or unfulfilled merch from VShojo, I likely won't be getting it anymore. This sucks. I was going to pay to retrieve the items and take on all costs of fulfilling the orders that VShojo never fulfilled so that members of my community wouldn't get screwed, but that doesn't seem possible anymore. We learned a bit ago that the warehouse will not release any merchandise to us because VShojo had outstanding debts/fees toward the company that was storing and shipping our items. One of the members came forward wanting to pay those fees so that people like myself who are owed these items can at least recover them. For some reason unknown to me at this time, this is being blocked. I can make a million assumptions, but I don't have any real answers as to why this is happening. Sorry, guys. He also making remarks that some problems are so deep currently with this situation that it is possible that some ex-VShojos may opt to simply not stream for the time being. This all the while, we also have Zentrea revealing that they were the member that had planned to make that payment for the other members. Zen here saying, I tried to help with payments and shipping, and I know others wanted to help as well, but as she said, the block happened and I just couldn't do anything. I'm so sorry to you guys and the other talents. There's a lot behind the scenes. As I said, the whole situation is just frustrating and it's exhausting. Chiming in, we also have ex-VShojo talent Amelie, now celebrating 19 years as a content creator and responding to Giga's message with VShojo merch. The same thing is happening to me. To make matters worse, a majority of my own merch was my property before ever joining VShojo. I paid for those items myself, and I'm not able to even get those items. I'm so sorry if you're waiting on merch. Further remarking, I'm so livid, and responding to one comment about VShojo, saying further, they either signed me maliciously while knowing it would all go under, or are the dumbest people alive. I don't know which is worse. Madara-Khan responding to Amelie with, Amelie, my absolute heart goes out to you. This is absolutely unbelievable. And responding to Giga with, I am so sorry this is happening to you and everyone. I know in the future we'll all be okay and we'll make it through, but for now we just have to keep going through it, unfortunately. This, as every content creator on YouTube is going through this. YouTube creator sending out this tweet, your hard work doesn't go unnoticed, and receiving a community note. That note stating your hard work is in fact going unnoticed with YouTube's restricted mode, silently hiding content including non-age restricted videos. Face Connects Pipkin Pippa responding YouTube creators with except it does with restricted mode enabled, as also Fujikura Uruka with Face Connect would respond to YouTube creators with the audacity. This tweet nearly hitting 100,000 likes. Explaining a little bit more on this is Takanashi Kiara of HoloLive English. You're saying apparently a new YouTube feature hides most of my VODs and upcoming streams from you. Please check if you have the restriction turned on just in case. That being the restricted mode option on YouTube, this actually not being new, but instead a feature available on YouTube for the past 15 years. But now numerous content creators seeing that it is removing more content than they had ever been aware of. Face Connect's Cleo Aite showing off that all of their streams are gone in restricted mode and saying this is discrimination against Australia. All my streams are gone. Feelers Cynthia here also saying tested it too, turning on restricted mode hides literally all my streams. Echo Mori seeing the same. As more and more VTubers would also echo these statements. This also occurring on this very channel, TBS having all their streams not available to be viewed in restricted mode. That despite the vast majority of these streams and videos not are being limited on monetization or age restricted. Gear here with, this is crazy, I just learned about YouTube's restricted mode. If it's turned on, all my videos are hidden all the way back for 3 months and live streams have been hidden for over a year. This is so disheartening. I'm literally just doing cooking content. Takanashi Kiara finding out that she has over 70% of her streams removed in restricted mode. While further, Obaki Pam is experiencing another problem with YouTube. YouTube telling this VTuber they hit one number after a stream, but then later, in some cases, removing half of those viewers. Lazumi Peachy echoing this, dropping from a peak of 570, and then YouTube revising that down to 375. This all the while, numerous YouTube channels, VTuber or not, and some spanning back a decade or more, seeing their views drop off from mid-August to current day. Helping to explain this was Joss Strife Hayes, finding that from August 11th and on, specifically desktop views for his channel and numerous channels on YouTube had been cut in half. Moving here with, this is probably the first time in YouTube history where many channels are witnessing drops in view counts, and it's not driven by conspiracy or delusion. The blue line is views from PC, the green line is mobile views. Ever since August 10th, YouTube counts PC views differently. TV VShojo also confirming this with the analytics on our own channel, officially beginning on August 11th. For the first time ever in our 6-year history as a channel on this platform, desktop views were superseded by mobile views, desktop views being nearly cut in half. This bringing us over to the YouTube Liaison account, highlighting this statement from YouTube that ad blockers and other extensions can impact the accuracy of reported view counts. Channels whose audiences include a higher proportion of users utilizing such tools may see more fluctuation in traffic related to updates to these tools. So once again, in review, YouTube stating that those using ad blockers may not be counted as a view for a video, thereby impacting numerous content creators on the platform, both potentially lowering them in the algorithm alongside other knock-on effects like sponsorship opportunities. But digging down even deeper, here we have Theo Joe, this tech YouTuber, saying the YouTube view drops are because of the easy privacy list, adding the following URL on August 11th. This is causing ad blockers to block view counting telemetry. The easy privacy list, or easy list, being a very popular filter among numerous ad blockers. This issue being highlighted on GitHub for easy privacy, as here now we have Yuki2718, one of the primary contributors for easy privacy, responding to this claim initially with "no volunteer has time to spend for someone's baseless speculation," and pushing back further, "whatever, there's no problem for the user. Easy privacy is for a user and not for those so-called creators or site owners." This easy privacy contributor once again saying YouTube content creators are so-called creators. Yuki2718 underlining that they are a volunteer above, and then locking this as, quote, "the discussion seems to be derailing and also unduly taking volunteers' time." This despite this same contributor acknowledging this issue back in August. Jacob Shiel Hansen capturing this message and remarking even the maintainers talk about how this URL was blocked in the past, but was removed from the list because watch history was not being recorded correctly. They have now re-added it because they could not reproduce that old issue. I guess it's still an issue though. Yuki2718 acknowledging this back in August, saying the issue was about playback history not correctly recorded. Re-added as I can't reproduce any longer. This issue as a part of this filter not changing from the contributors, so others are taking action. User Scratchy here on their own GitHub offering up a return YouTube view option. This by overriding the easy privacy filters used in most all major ad blockers. Long-form content creators on YouTube getting hit the hardest from this URL being blocked in the easy privacy filter. This all the while channels specializing in shorts have not seen much of any change to their numbers. YouTube themselves making more updates for the platform, including dual format streaming, offering both widescreen and vertical streaming at the same time. And YouTube with their finger on the pulse here, introducing VO3 now in YouTube Shorts, saying bring your imagination to life with Google's latest AI video generation model. Type a prompt to generate a video, now with audio, sharper quality, better prompt matching, and unlimited free use. Zach Boosie also here remarking about YouTube that they are expanding likeness detection, giving this quote, "We're all expanding our likeness protection tech to all YouTube partner program creators in an open beta. A new likeness detection feature will help you detect and request removal of unauthorized videos made with AI using your facial likeness." As who's also interested in facial likeness is Twitch.tv. Deserto here reporting Twitch has launched an age verification system that requires some users to scan their faces to verify their age. Later saying this is currently only going to be enacted for those within the UK due to legislation. Lullaby Lullaby with Chroma Shift making this statement, "Why are YouTube and Twitch competing to be the worst streaming platform of the year?" This as FaceConnect's Moo Mew would tweet out of curiosity, "I tried it on Google to check, and it's a good thing I don't use Twitch, I guess." Their estimated age coming in as underage. As up next, we have HoloLive, now discontinuing ShopPay and PayPal on their official shop, saying shipping information registered with ShopPay and or PayPal will no longer be accepted. "We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused, but we kindly ask that customers currently using PayPal choose another method of payment." This all while HoloLive English is celebrating 5 years, beginning with an official pop-up store, that being the Chronicles of HoloLive EN, The Nexus Gate, Act 1, The Portal Awakens, opening up from October 6th to November 2nd at the American Dream Shopping Mall in New Jersey. This all the while, the remaining 3 members of Holo Myth would go on to kick off Fortune Spinner, this being both an anniversary concert and music video, along with dedicated merch for all of the members. VTubers. Enna's 5th anniversary merch here with a Taco Time blanket, Tacoaster, Drink Time ice cubes, tumbler, and photo style card. Further, we have Takanoshi Kiara, her 5th anniversary set, coming with a rubber mat, tumbler, sturdy burger box, KFP takeout backpack, and KFP point card. As lastly, of course, we have Mori Calliope, her 5th anniversary merchandise made up of concert poster, t-shirt, plushie, wristband voice pack, and postcard. And as the Rapping Reaper would also appear recently in Goddess Order. The global release for the exciting and beautiful pixel art RPG Goddess Order is on September 24th. As surprise, surprise, Mori Calliope has yet another new music video, this one entitled Orpheus, and showing off this new look in a new 3D model from Yuli. Seeing here, I was given the chance to make Mori Calliope's new 3D outfit for her 5th anniversary celebration. That design coming by way of Nanolith, featuring the reference sheet here and saying, had the honor to work with Mori Calliope and designed her outfit for 5 years of Mori. Callie here responding with, it came out even better than I envisioned. Thank you so much. Nanolith also recently launching their very own makeshift plush. Orders for this plush ending on September 26th and already 187% funded. HoloLive now also releasing the 6 Fest Blu-ray, promising even more that could even be seen live or on stream. All while the members of All Stars English are now preparing for their online concert, Everglow. All Stars saying we'll be waiting for you on the official channel, that beginning September 27th at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. And further celebrating is Crazy Ali of HoloLive Indonesia, launching a brand new outfit with brand new merch, including a diorama stand, button badge, coffin bag, fine brooch, 1 voice pack, and instant photo style card. Crazy Ali taking to Twitter to say, this person makes me sick. I love Michi with all my being. Of course, being ex-VShojo member Michi Mochivi, who, when she is not being banned once again on Numi's channel, have been closing out her Scambathon from last month with a highly impressive amount of 90,000 plus subscribers. All the while also launching her very own Jared plushie, this plushie rounding out to being 500% funded. All the while we also have Mint Phantom, soon for the first time set to be haunting Florida, being one of the many guests now at the upcoming Virtual Express event. This all taking place at Holiday Matsuri, that being held December 19th to the 21st in Orlando. But well before, we have the Spooky Haunting Declaration. It's being Mint Phantom's October 1st birthday 3D debut live event. Mint saying, my first ever 3D live. I wasn't ever sure if this would happen, but I'm so happy. On my birthday, please come watch. This as we're also watching Doki Bird, asking, are you Team Dad or Team Dragoon? Letting us know that we have just a little bit more time to grab Dad and Dragoon fits. Those pre-orders closing on September 24th. All the while, we also have Nue here with Doki Bird, the Hollow Knight VTuber, remarking, I drew and rigged Doki Bird's new model. All toggles are linked to her controller for max immersion. As who was also enjoying Silk Song was Sunny Splosion of Glitch Stars, remarking, Silk Song is everything I wanted and more so far. I stopped after 9 hours to prevent myself from beating the game so quickly. Sunny debuting this mini model. As all the while, we've had birthday after birthday after birthday. Now here with Face Connect's Chisaki Airi. Face Connect once again for 2025 releasing one set of risque merch after the next. Airi's set including chibi keychains, metal sword necklace, mouse pad, puzzle, and more. As also celebrating a birthday was Kana Yanagi. This member of Glitch Stars celebrating her 31st birthday, and Glitch Stars announcing this birthday bundle. While further celebrating was Globy's Kuminue Miel. This multilingual French otaku bear receiving a birthday bundle set of an acrylic standee, keychain, and a bonus. As this past weekend graduating from Globy was both Kiri Kilovolt, and the weekend before that, Rhubarb and Custard. Rhubarb after her final stream saying, and that's a wrap. Thank you to everyone who came to see me off. I love all of you, and I'm so thankful to have such wonderful people in my life who think I'm awesome. Glory to Rhubarbia, the last round is on me. Also saying farewell is Videre, recently celebrating their 2-year anniversary, and making the recent announcement of Tomoe Omari stepping back from group activities as an active member. This all due to real-life responsibilities, and saying, we understand the suddenness of this announcement. However, this is not a complete goodbye. Tomoe will continue as an affiliate of Videre, and if her circumstances ever allow it, she will be allowed to return as a member if the opportunity arises. Checking in on this horse girl, Tomoe would say, I won't be a part of Videre anymore, but I promise I'll keep doing my best for all of you. I'm not going on a hiatus, nor am I graduating or losing my IP. Videre themselves wishing this horse VTuber a happy 3rd anniversary, as now we have the new 3.0 design reveal for this military tomboy horse girl, posting this reference sheet and remarking, let's keep doing our very best together. All the while while releasing a brand new original song entitled Fine Day, adding, please give it a listen, especially if you like jazz. You like jazz? As we like Kamishiro Rita, now joining her third agency, that being Lucid Multimedia. This American VTuber agency saying Rita loves exploring emotional moments, self-improvement, and mental health through her love of music, video games, and anime. Join her for some cozy chats or lengthy mid-game rambles. Well, lastly today, we also have Pillow Deer. Sending out this notice, we earned $35,315 for charity. And giving us this message, today I hosted my first ever charity event and somehow all goals were completely shot out the ballpark. Thank you for helping animals get a step closer to having the life of happiness they deserve. And thank you to the charity we were donating to, Best Friends Animal Society. Thank you for embracing my fundraiser idea. As here's an idea, you can join our union. TVS currently has spots open for our global server union for Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Join us on Union 47747. Once again, that's 47747 on the global server. Hope to see you soon, Commander. As that is all for this episode. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Highly recommend to check out our sponsored link below as well. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord. As soon we'll be back from a quick hiatus, returning with even more things VTubers say soon.